Guys, today's video is about fat girl cheat codes on becoming skinny. Fat girl cheat codes to obtaining a skinny body. Okay, so for preface, I thought I'd make this video because everyone can be thin, everyone can be skinny, and a lot of you guys have been DMing me being like, I am not feeling motivated right now. What do I do? Etc. And as you all know, I've only talked about what I've done. I'm not telling you to do anything because it's your body. You can be fat, skinny, whatever you want to be, you guys can be. However, you probably clicked on this video because you want to be skinny. So whenever I was feeling motivated, my trainer, I remember, told me about the toilet paper towel analogy. Think about this. Because we all feel like we've been working so hard. You're working out, you're eating healthy, but you're not seeing much progress yet. Think of it like a toilet paper, okay? You take a few pieces off at a time, so it takes a while to see a difference. You take one piece off, then the next, but eventually it gets smaller. Think of that like your body, okay? A layer of fat at a time, a piece at a time, and eventually you're gonna get smaller. You're not gonna see it at first, but over time, you're going to get smaller. And that analogy always stuck with me. Visual progress can take a long time, but stay on course, be patient, and you'll eventually get smaller. And yeah, now think of yourself like a paper towel or like a toilet paper and be like, okay, I'm eventually getting smaller. Don't give up, because for 2 weeks, right, you worked out healthy, you're eating healthy, all that stuff. Don't throw in the towel yet, okay? I promise you're just like a paper towel. You're just like a toilet paper roll, okay? It takes time, I promise you, but you're gonna be fine and it's gonna work and you're gonna get smaller over time. You guys loved in my last video where I talked about how I learned the taste everything, eat nothing from Bethany Frankel. I remember a few years ago I was listening to, I guess, a TikTok, or someone was talking about this principle that she made up, and basically she says taste everything, eat nothing. So this part is inspired by her. I personally haven't read any of her books. I know so many people have asked me, have I read Bethany Frankel's Skinny Solutions, Guides to Being Skinny, and I haven't yet. But yeah, this section is inspired by her because I remember whenever I was going through my weight loss journey, the taste everything, eat nothing that she talked about really stuck with me. I just saw videos or someone explaining to it on my For You page or my Instagram or whatever. I definitely should get her book or listen to her book, but I don't even think it's in print anymore. I'm not sure, okay? But I just know that she made up the term taste everything, eat nothing. So want to give her credit for that. I'm not taking that. But anyway, this section is inspired by her because I've always preached portion control and eating portions, and so I guess everyone was saying oh my god, you and her have the same guide basically to being small, and I never knew that she talked about this until people sent it to me, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. So anyway, the taste everything, eat nothing that she talked about really killed it, and that was a great phrase. So basically that's the same way I live, and that's how I lost weight during my weight loss journey. Was I taste all of the amazing foods, I just tasted it in very, very small portions. For me personally, whenever I was losing weight, I was going to tailgates, I was going to cocktail parties, I was going to events. I lost all my weight around the New Year's, Christmas, during all those fun events, and Halloween's in a few days, my birthday, and then it goes into Thanksgiving and it goes into Christmas. So you also will probably be around Thanksgiving parties, cocktail parties, tailgates during football season. We all have a fun social life going on. I took this rule and ran with it during my weight loss. For me, during my weight loss, I lost all the weight by eating foods I love just in small portions. I tasted it all. I didn't literally give up gluten, dairy, vegan, this, that. No, I literally ate and enjoy every single food in small portions. I ate little, but I ate very well, and I eat in little bits. And the reason why I decided to eat in little bits is because I'd rather eat like good quality food instead of like the diet food, you know. I'd rather have a little bit of a regular chocolate chip cookie instead of like, you know, a diet like low calorie cookie in some instances. Obviously some things I swapped for lower calorie, higher volume, but most things I would say whenever I went out to eat, I did eat in small portions, and we'll get into how I did that in my weight loss. But yeah, one thing is I also slowed down. I tasted my food and I chewed my food, which is super underrated in America's culture. America, we literally eat everything, taste nothing. We do the opposite. And the reason we do the opposite is we decide to stuff our face with the maximum portions, right? You always see this huge croissant for a value deal. Oh my god, you can have 2 hot dogs for the price of 1. You can have 3 bags of chips for the price of 1. We have huge portions, right? And here in America, we stuff our face watching, you know, TV, watching TikTok, watching YouTube while we're driving. And a lot of Americans don't even realize how much they're eating. Like, I always see these people who are like, I've lost 50 pounds. This is what I was eating when I didn't realize I was gaining a ton of weight. Because a lot of people don't realize how much they're eating, especially too, like whenever you're working, you just are stuffing your face because you have so much to do. And keep in mind, we all do have busy lives, but I think the problem is a lot of us don't realize how much we're eating. We just like stuff our faces in America, which is terrible. And now it's like even trending on TikTok to be like, eat a whole Taco Bell in under a minute, eat this mac and cheese in under a minute, you know, all those videos, which just shows you like your body's not going to register you eating if you stuff a bunch of food in your face. You're not tasting it, okay? So that's why you're addicted to food and eating more, is because you're rushing. And I honestly learned to taste my food when a few years ago I went to Paris. And I remember looking around, and in Europe, every single person, the food comes out slow. Everyone's sitting and enjoying their meal. They're taking breaths. They're eating slowly. Obviously the portions are super small. I remember there were another American family sitting next to my family when I was in Paris, and they were ordering 2 of everything, and the waiter was like, no, you don't need 2 of the chickens. Like, the chickens is huge. It's literally a serving of 2. Okay, the chicken came out, and for America it was mini, and they were like, no, we need 2 portions. So they brought out 2 portions. But I'm just like, okay, that's when you know America has a problem. When we are, and keep in mind, they were normal. This is not like shade to them. I just remember, I was like, wait, literally Americans are ordering 2 of everything because the portions aren't big enough. That should be like a wake-up call in general. But I just like remember looking around, and everyone was eating so calmly. Everyone was tasting their food. They weren't in a rush. Where in America, we're eating everything and we're tasting nothing, and we're just eating in bulk and eating in mass quantities, and we're eating so much food that we don't even realize. And we're not food snobs. Like, we're just not. We just stuff anything with chemicals in our face. Where in Paris, they're very much food snobs. I remember like the people, like just seeing them, it's like they won't indulge in something they don't want. And like that is something I learned during my weight loss journey. If I didn't want something or didn't look good enough for me, I would say no. Like, oh, this bagel didn't look good, I would say no. This croissant didn't look up to my standards, I would say no. You don't just eat a croissant to eat a croissant, you know. You're like, no. Like, be a little bit of a food snob like the Paris people are. It's just like, when you're observed, I think honestly, go to Europe, okay, and order anything. The portions are so small versus America. I would say a good rule of thumb is anything America serves, there's 2 portions of. It's literally at least meant for 2. If you're ever at a restaurant, it's like at least 2 servings. Anytime you get a chicken, even if you get a salad, there's probably 3 or 4 servings in that. A burger, every burger is supersized now, that's at least 2 portions. So now whenever I go to a restaurant, a good rule of thumb is to always think that anything they serve you, there's at least 2 portions in. I also want to preface, whenever I was in Europe, I was eating it all. They didn't have like really artificial sugar. Like, that's whenever I started getting real honey in my tea, and I still do that because I used to get tea with like Splenda or stevia, and you know, I was 20 pounds heavier. In Europe, I got tea with a tablespoon of honey. The real thing was totally fine. You know, in the morning, I would have a small little croissant, and keep in mind their croissants are this big. And then for lunch, I would be more balanced. I would have a salad with chicken. But again, I would sit, I would enjoy, I would taste it. Also, the salads there, small, not huge bulk portions. And then for dinner, same thing. I would have salad with a protein or veggie with a protein for balance and to get my protein in. And then literally I would have some of a baguette, you know, and that was like the balance of it. And I was eating bread, I was eating pastries, I was having real honey, obviously in moderation, and in small quantities, but that just like shows you can lose weight eating that all. I just think Europeans eat how humans are supposed to be eating. Like, humans are not supposed to be eating crumble cookies. Humans are not supposed to be eating things in a box. You know, Europeans eat how humans are supposed to eat. Not just trying to generalize. Obviously, every country has, you know, but I'm just saying, just in general, their food regulations and what's in their food is just not near as bad as America. So that's another thing. And another thing too that I learned on that trip was nothing is going to make you fat in small portions. Nothing. Okay, a small little croissant isn't gonna make you fat. I think I lost weight. You know, having bread, a little piece of bread with your salad and protein isn't gonna make you fat. Carbs aren't gonna make you fat. Honey is not gonna make you fat. You know, what's gonna make you fat is eating things in excess bulk. And literally now I just sit and then I enjoy my food. I make sure I don't, you know, I'm not like double tasking, multitasking. I'm not driving. Well, in New York you don't even have a car, but I make sure I really sit and enjoy my food so it registers in my brain that I ate, because I think half the problem in America is we're watching, you know, TV, TikTok, and we're just, the portions are so big and we don't put it on a separate plate, so we eat 4 or 5 servings. Because I'm telling you, I promise you, not one restaurant is putting a single serving of pasta. Even like the super nice restaurants in America, I swear there's at least 2 servings of pasta now in each dish. So that's one thing, is just to be present in your food. And that's one thing, is I feel like whenever I went to Paris too, this was whenever it was like a culture shock to me that like they didn't have as many gyms. Like, they aren't like obsessed with working out, they aren't obsessed with dieting, you know, like you don't have to diet to be thin. Like, they eat everything just in small little bits. And that was one thing that I had to register in my brain. Like, okay, listen, you don't have to go to this diet, that diet, the other diet. You can have everything in small portions, and you know, it's all about balance. Have a small pastry, have a little bit of bread, or have a glass of wine, but then make sure you're having, you know, your chicken, your steak, your pastries, etc. You know, you're balancing it out. Now you guys might be asking me, well, how do I taste everything and eat nothing? You know, when I'm ravenous, or, you know, I'm going to an event and there's a buffet there. Okay, listen, I feel like a lot of people, I learned, if they were going out at night, they would purposely starve themselves and not eat all day. They would purposely eat nothing all day because they're going to this Thanksgiving party. They would purposely not eat anything because they knew they were having a slice of cake at their Christmas party, or to go to this cocktail party, or they're staying at a hotel and they starve all day because they want to have the dinner buffet at night. That's actually setting you up for failure, and that's why you're gaining weight, is because then when you get to the buffet, you get to the Thanksgiving party, you get to the Christmas party, you go straight there and you're ravenous and you're shoveling food in your face and you don't realize how much you're eating, and you're grabbing the cookies, you're grabbing everything that looks good, when in reality what would help you is you have to eat like you're going to an event. So what I mean by that is, literally, I have my protein shake in the morning. Before an event, I make sure I have a protein shake, or I have a fiber-filled snack, or I have a protein-filled snack. So I'm not going to the event ravenous or hungry, because then if I see buffets of food, oh my god, at influencer events, there's so many good, delicious treats, cakes, cookies, pastries. Living in New York, you can walk outside your apartment and you see like the most delicious food, the most delicious desserts everywhere. You have the best food in the world at your fingertips, right? One thing I did was I filled up on veggies. I filled up on protein before I left, okay? I eat normally before, like, I would go to these events. You can see more of what I eat on my Instagram subscribers. I post it every single day on, you know, my account. It's on Instagram. It's under exclusive content. Post that all the time, what I eat. And a lot of you guys blame yourself. You go to these events, you're like, Liv, I cannot contain myself. Yeah, me either. If I didn't eat all day, I would go to these events and eat and grab everything that looks good, I wouldn't be able to taste everything, eat nothing. I would be eating everything and tasting nothing, exactly like that. So what you're gonna do to taste everything, eat nothing, is you're gonna go to these events slightly like satisfied, quote unquote full. And some of my ways to do that is I love carrots with hummus before I go to an event. You know, I love rice cakes with some tuna on it. I love having a protein shake. I love having some fruit before an event. I love having some Greek yogurt with some strawberries or raspberries, whatever fruit you want. Like this fruit thing of, oh, fruit makes you, you know, bigger. No, you can have any fruit, like it's fine. Fruit with Greek yogurt, you know, just pair it with some sort of protein to keep you satisfied. I love having turkey roll-ups, which is just turkey and cheese. And trust me, having that little snack before you go will actually end up saving you calories. You guys think if you starve all day before going to these events, this will make you save calories? No, eating a low calorie, high protein, fiber filled snack will actually save you calories and stop you from binging, because the reason why you binge is you're not eating all day and you're thinking and you're satisfied on this food, like, and you're scared and it's giving your body stress, and then you just inhale, and obviously when you're starving, you're not going to be thinking of the smartest choices, and you're not going to be picking the good protein and the veggies there. You're going to be picking, you know, literally all the cakes and pastries. And that's why I say never go to an event hungry, ever. Never go to a buffet hungry, never go on a vacation hungry. Like literally have your healthy snacks, eat them, and then go to dinner. That's why I always say pre-game with protein. That's like my favorite thing ever, is pre-gaming anywhere I go with protein. So I'm not starving, I'm not ravenous. Because also, if you know you're getting good nutritious food, you don't know what these restaurants, these buffets, this puts in your food. And also then you're more likely to not binge or overeat on the cupcake because you had filling protein before you left. Is honestly why I go and I can taste everything and I don't end up eating everything, is literally because I purposely set myself up for success. If I didn't eat protein before I would go out to dinner, you bet your ass I would be inhaling those fries, inhaling those cupcakes, inhaling that stuff. But I set myself up for success. Next thing you have to do is make sure you eat right every day. What you order at a restaurant matters. I go out to eat a good amount of time. I live in New York. I'm 22 years old. That's kind of me and my friends, my boyfriends would go out to eat, but I make sure I'm eating right every single day. And this is what I eat at a restaurant. If you're more interested, again, I post details of menus and stuff that I order at certain restaurants. But basically, I would say to start, I always either get a soup or a salad, or like a tuna tartare, something light, something protein, something with veggies. So I fill up on the volume thing. You know, I fill up on some salad, I get dressing on the side with, or a tuna tartare is very light. It has, you know, some tuna and some cucumber, or, you know, some soup. Any of those I fill up on. Then I will get either a protein, so like a chicken or a steak, and if I'm feeling it, we'll then get fries or a cupcake or a scoop of ice cream. But that's always at the end of the meal. I never ever will start with the french fries. You'll never see me starting with an order of french fries, because then that's when you overeat, because you haven't eaten. You need to eat a salad, a protein, to fill up on the nutritious stuff before. So that's what I do. And then if I want alcohol, then I skip the fries or ice cream. The alcohol is my dessert. And a lot of you guys ask me, what do I do if I feel like I can't stop eating, or, you know, the ice cream or the cookies or the french fries are so good and you feel like you don't allow yourself to have that because you can't stop eating. And a hack that I always did was, if you enjoy the taste so much and you feel like you can't stop, make yourself stop after a few bites and eat something else. I know that sounds harder than it is, but okay, let's just say the ice cream is so good and you can't stop, right? Literally have a few bites and then try and get a protein shake. This is also why I like either ordering a small or a kid's. But if you're out to dinner and they give you a big portion and you feel like you can't stop eating it, try no matter what to have a bite of something else. Whether that's, you know, you're eating ice cream, whether that's a bite of bread, right? It might be two unhealthy options, but it will help you break you out and be like, wait, I actually don't want this ice cream. I'm just eating it because it tastes good. I don't actually want it. And, you know, you have to give yourself grace, because obviously America is trying to make these foods addicting. They're trying to purposely get you to not stop eating it. Like, that's the chemicals designed, is so you're addicted to Oreos, you're addicted to Doritos, you're addicted to all of these things and you can't stop eating it. So you have to give yourself grace, but you've got to break the pattern by taking a bite of a carrot, taking a shot of a protein shake, just breaking the habit immediately, and that will also help you. But also just putting it on a different plate, portioning it out, like, look, you're having half this cookie and that's it. That will help tremendously. But you know, we all have mistakes. Next time you feel like you can't stop eating something, try and just go to a new taste, a new flavor, and it will register to your body that you're full and you don't actually want it. If you end up overeating because it tastes so good and you feel like you can't stop, don't let that ruin you, okay? Get back on the horse. Get back on the horse. Don't be like, well, I already fucked up. I couldn't stop eating this ice cream. No, okay? You're getting back on the horse and you'll be fine. We all overeat sometimes, but you know, our food is designed to taste good and to get you guys to not be able to stop eating. But that's why I say portion control and share food. And it's actually really funny because sharing food for me has been a life hack, and I didn't realize how much controversy it was to share food. To me, I think it's personally hot to share food with your boyfriend or your partner or your friends. It builds like a different connection, you know, like, and you can try so much more food. Like I said, I like to be able to try a bunch of food, and it gets rid of waste. It makes you cut your portions in half. It gets you to be able to like order more, and it just stops you from overeating. So it's a life hack for me and my boyfriend. And I remember a girl on TikTok made a video how I starved my boyfriend. Literally, she was like, her boyfriend must be starving because they're always sharing food. No, babe, it's actually the opposite. Because first of all, I'm not trying to sound like, you know, that person, but in reality, me and my boyfriend go to like super nice restaurants, so we order a bunch of food, right? Like, it's not like we're going to a Chipotle or McDonald's and we know what we want. No, we're going to nice restaurants, so we want to order a few appetizers and shared plates. And you know, my boyfriend thinks it's hot sharing food with me. Like, me and him aren't gluttonous. We aren't gluttonous. Like, that's just not in our blood. So whenever this girl made this video, it's like her boyfriend must be starving. Like, he wants to like share food. Like, maybe get your boyfriend checked out if he doesn't want to like share food with you. Or maybe like you, like, for me, I portion, it helps me portion control. So if anything, he gets more food because I'm like, you know, want a few bites of this, wants a few bites of that. You know, I'm not a gluttonous pig and eats all 5 of the servings. So, you know, for you and your boyfriend, it might not work out, but for me and my boyfriend, it does. But anyway, I just remember it was just so funny that I was like, wait, this is like crazy that someone is actually like mad that I'm sharing food with my boyfriend and that he must be starving. I was just like, okay, stay in your lane. And that just stuck with me because I was like, wow, come for me, but not my boyfriend, babe. But yeah, in reality, we go to nice restaurants and we just love sharing it. There's no waste, there's more taste, and there's no overeating. It's just a life hack. And in America, also, even if you are just right, you're going to order one thing with your boyfriend, you probably should be sharing. Like, just saying, you and your boyfriend probably should be sharing, because I know you talked about, you know, gaining the freshman 15. That was like a big thing that you talked about, and how you want to lose it. A good way, just in general, for anyone who's watching who's like gained the freshman 15, is to start sharing food. Because a good rule of thumb is anything that you get at a restaurant in America is at least 2 servings. It is, and that's just point blank, period. So it's also a good money saver. Like, for me and my friends, like, if I'm not with my boyfriend, me and my friends don't want to spend a ton of money on food. We would rather spend money on hair, clothes, this, that. New York's expensive, right? We don't want to spend our money on food. Me and my friend will want to share a chicken and a pasta, and literally, because a pasta, right, they give you probably 3 servings, right? So if you're trying to lose weight, oh my god, let's each just share this pasta dish, and bam, you're having 1.5 max. Or, you know, I'm sorry, no restaurant in America is serving you one single portion of pasta. Go measure out a pasta. It's like, what, 1/4 of a cup? No, most restaurants give you, even nice restaurants give you at least 2 portions in that bowl, babe. Just want you to know that a good rule of thumb in America is knowing that each serving is at least 2 servings. Salad, 2 servings. Protein, 2 servings. Pasta, at least 2 servings. And it's a great way to save calories, save money, eliminate food waste, all of that. And It's great and it's sexy and it's hot to share with your boyfriend, and you can try more foods, and you should try it sometime. Another reason why I love sharing is it automatically forces you to put food on a side plate. You don't just want to eat off the dish because, like I said, it's a huge portion and it tricks your brain into eating more. So whenever I'm sharing, this is fucking rude, but whenever I'm sharing, you have to put it on a side plate, right? So you cut off a piece of the chicken and put it on your plate. You cut off a piece of pasta and you put it on your plate. That's another thing I put on my Instagram subscribers, is I show what I'm served and then I show how much I put on my side plate. So it's a great way when you're sharing with your friends, with your boyfriends, with your family, to take a little bit and put it on a side plate. It literally will make you, like, it's a game changer to your life, because once you have it on a smaller plate, it's a great way to save calories. And you know, I think it's time that we all decide to cancel our memberships to the Clean Your Plate Club. Like, we should not be members of that anymore in 2024. Especially, come on, you're on this video, you're trying to lose weight. Let's not join the Clean Your Plate clubs. Let's not. And a great way to cancel your membership is sharing. Sharing with your boyfriend, sharing with your friends, sharing with your loved ones, okay? Like, we're not sharing, like, we're not part of the we're canceling our membership to Clean Your Plate Club. That's the first thing. Stop canceling your gym memberships. Cancel your membership to your Clean Your Plate clubs. That's just all I gotta say. What I also learned was sharing gets you able to eat whatever you want in moderation. It helps you not binge eat or overeat, literally by just sharing with someone. So yeah, that's my tip, because you know, you're literally posting how you gained weight and then you accuse me of starving my boyfriend, but still, babe, sharing is caring. It's a great hack to lose weight, and next time you're with your boyfriend, you should totally try it. Yeah, sharing is normal and it gets you to eat a normal amount. The normal amount in America isn't normal. Like, it's not normal. Just like being fat in America isn't just fat anymore. It's literally whales. It's literally whales and pigs. It's huge. Like, we're huge. It's like a huge big problem, and you know, it's not normal anymore. So, you know, that's just what I have to say about that. For the people who, you know, feel bad about wasting their food, this is an excuse. Like, look, okay, you can share with someone, and still, I just want you guys to know, it's better to waste food, right? A little bit of food, than waste yourself. Because listen, okay, you might want to clean your plate if you're by yourself and you're like, oh, I want to clean my plate because waste and other people can't. Babe, you're wasting yourself then. You're gonna waste your brain function. You're gonna wake up with brain fog. You're gonna waste your energy. You're gonna wake up lethargic, tired, like brain fog, depressed, anxious. You're wasting yourself. To me, I would rather throw away a few tablespoons, a few bites, a few whatever, a portion of food, right? If no one else wants it, then waste myself away, because it's about functionality too, okay? Okay, maybe you don't agree with me on the weight thing, even though you're on this video, right? And you maybe don't want to be thin, okay? But for some reason, you're still on my page. Think about this, okay? Just know how you feel when you overeat, right? You're tired, you're sleepy. Think about Thanksgiving. You're tired, you're sleepy, you're moody, you feel depressed, you just feel anxious, like your brain isn't working, you just, you know, you feel like a literally stuffed turkey on Thanksgiving. You can't function like that in the daily world. So to me, it's better to waste, you know, a few dollars of food than waste myself. And then it just puts you in a bad spot because it becomes an addiction. And lastly, okay, this is the last thing for today of my lecture. If it comes in a bag or in a box, okay, you need to double check yourself before eating this. I've literally talked about this, okay? I was like, I try not to keep things in a bag and a box from my house. Obviously, my Core Power shakes, you can say that's in a bag or box, sure. Or my Super Gut protein bars, you can say that's in a bag or box, sure. Anything else, you don't see me. If I ever want a croissant, I don't go and buy a packaged croissant. I go to a fresh bakery. You never see me have Oreos, Chips Ahoy, any of that in my house. I go to a fresh local bakery and get that. You don't see me going to the store and buying processed bread. If I do, I go to a bakery in New York and get fresh processed, you know, bread. You know, I don't go from the store shelf, because listen, anything in a box is not as good as fresh food. Literally, my croissant place I go to whenever I'm craving a croissant bakery, it's a girl again from Paris. She made this place because she was getting so sick eating all the junk and food in literally the US. So she made this whole bakery, and even though it's, you know, has real sugar, it has real dairy, it has all of this, it's made from scratch and it's made fresh, so it doesn't have that pesticides, it doesn't have preservatives, it doesn't like cause you to overeat. Because think about it, you're eating Doritos and Cheetos and you feel like you can't stop. Yeah, because there's additives in that food to make it addicting, to make you finish the bag. It's addicting. So fresh food over processed any day. Fresh cookie over processed. It also helps you not overeat. And in my house, right, if I ever want ice cream, I go out and get a scoop. I don't have that in my house, and I don't want to have it in my house. Like, there's no point for me, because I like getting it fresh. It's also like nice to like walk there and think about it. Like, look, do I really, is that what I'm craving? I'm not just craving, you know, red meat or a protein shake. No, I'm actually craving, you know, eating a croissant. Then yes, Liv, of course, go walk to the store and get yourself one. But it's the thought process and the act of doing it, not just having some processed preservative foods at home and just inhaling it. Hi guys, I just did my Pilates, my 10,000 steps, and I just filmed 2 workouts, and I thought we would add to the segment how to stop eating like a gluttonous pig. And before you get mad at me, I literally saw a guy on TikTok say that it is a compliment to be called "you are fat as a pig," because did you know that the average American has more body fat than a pig? OMG, pigs are skinnier than us Americans nowadays. That is crazy. So yeah, it's a compliment to be called as fat as a pig, because that still means you're skinnier than the average American. It's the fucking holiday season. Halloween's tomorrow, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and we're going to talk about how to stop eating like a gluttonous pig during the holidays, because there's all of these holiday parties, and a lot of us don't realize how much food we're eating. You know, for example, there's food around us all the time. You know, how many Thanksgiving parties, Halloween parties, Christmas parties, you walk into a cocktail party, you know, a banquet, etc., and there's food all around you, right? And we're standing and we're picking at this, we're picking at that, there's food on the counter. You're going over to your friend's house for dinner and they have cheese board and crudité and chips and salsa and chips and guac on the counter waiting for you. So while the dinner's cooking, you're sitting and you're snacking, and you don't realize how much you're eating because you're just picking up and you're eating and you're talking because there's food all around you. So we're gonna stop on how to do that, and the first thing is just being aware. Like, look, any party, banquet you walk into, buffet, right, like any cocktail party, there's snacks in front of you, so you can go grab some, or you don't have to, because, you know, dinner's coming, this is coming, that's coming. But I think the first stop is just being aware. Like, look, we don't need to be standing and grazing on food at a cocktail party or at a dinner party, stuff like that. Next scientific fact I saw on a case study, actually, and they were saying, it like popped up on my phone, and it was saying that you are more likely to eat and look like your friends. So that's not saying don't be friends with people who are bigger than you. That's not what I'm saying. It's just being aware. For example, like, you know, you and your friends have the same eating habits, or you adopt to eating habits. So peer pressure is a big thing, right, when eating, because a lot of your friends eat a lot, you may eat a lot, etc. And the second you may stop eating with them, they might notice, right? This is why I say you keep it. No one knows you're trying to lose weight. I didn't tell anyone when I was trying to lose weight. Like, maybe my mom or like my boyfriend, but like even then I didn't really bring it up. You kind of keep it under wraps and no one notices. You know, it's like that one person at a party who's like, I'm not drinking, I'm not eating. That's annoying, right? And then people are gonna be like, why are you eating? Versus if you just keep it to yourself, right? Okay, so this is what I do. This is a big hack. So for example, if your friend's like having pizza, right? Like a pizza and wine night, that's so fun. Don't feel like you can't go, right? Okay, you order a pizza, right? Have one slice, eat it slowly, right? I guarantee you, your friends are gonna be on slice 2 and 3 and 4 by the time you're even done with one, because you're gonna sit, you're gonna take a bite, you're gonna breathe, you're gonna chew, you're gonna taste it, you're gonna be calm, right? Another bite, you're gonna eat it slowly. They're gonna be on pizza 2, 3, 4. They're not gonna know how much you're eating, because think about it. If you don't bring up to them, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to be healthy, they have no clue. Like, I'm sorry, I only notice like what my friends are eating if they're like, Liv, I'm trying to be on a diet, or I'm trying to watch what I eat. That's whenever you kind of notice what other people are eating. I have no clue what my friend's eating next to me. Like, who cares? That's another thing. So also, if you don't make a big deal about it, or you're like, oh, I ate before, I had a healthy snack before, I don't feel like spending money on food. That's what I do sometimes. I literally just bought groceries, right? My friends are like, when I come to dinner, I'm like, of course I'll go to dinner, but I just bought groceries, so I'm not that hungry, etc. And you know, it might help them make healthier choices, as well as just in my health era. Now I have friends exactly like me who want to eat healthy, want to walk, want to shop. You just attract friends like that. And you know, it made me make a ton of new friends, and I love it because now I never feel uncomfortable. Like, we go out to dinner some nights we don't. I never feel peer pressured to eat a lot of food, etc. And just keeping it to yourself, honestly, is a game changer. Next up, portions, small portion sizes. Whenever I get ice cream, I order small. I don't order a jumbo, okay? Even if they're like, oh my god, we're having a value size, you can have a large the size of a kid's. I don't care. My value is not on food, and personally, then if your value in food, right, you get the value size, okay, well, tomorrow you're gonna miss, your value is gonna go down in your brain function, your heart function, your workout, your mental health, because you feel sluggish. You know, that's one thing, is eating in portions makes you feel good. You're not meant to feel lethargic all the time. And you know why you're probably feeling lethargic? Is you're eating, no one's meant to eat a jumbo size thing of ice cream. Like, that's not normal. We just make it normal. You know what I mean? So order the kids, because I'm sorry, it being like a value size croissant, it's not a value size. Think about it. America, we keep getting fatter. Oh, a value size in, you get this value size in croissant, right? You save all this money. Guess what? You're gonna be using all that money you saved on value sized croissants on literally, hospital bills, diet plans, you know, all those people who spend tons of money on diet food. What do you think? They started with the jumbo, the value size, literally, oh, I saw a value size croissant. And honestly, a kid's anytime is less expensive than a value size large. It's like they trick your mind, you know, and then you're gonna spend all that money you think you're saving on new clothes because your waist doesn't fit in your pants anymore, healthcare bills because you're not feeling good, you know, all that stuff, diet plans, diet pills, you know, personal trainers, all of that stuff, when in reality you can just buy the fucking kids. It's that simple. And I'm not trying to be mean, it's just America literally is getting fatter. Like, I'm sorry, a pig is skinnier than us Americans now. Like, that should be a wake-up call. That should be a fucking wake-up call. I saw this thing on my For You page and I was appalled. I was like scrolling on TikTok, and a girl broke a chair in a workout class, and she was like, I broke a chair, and it just made me realize that chairs need to be built more functional. Chairs need to be built to hold us larger people now. I look at my friend and I'm like, please read these comments. All the comments were like, I've broken a chair once. Yes, we don't need to fit in a chair. A chair needs to fit us. I'm sorry, if I broke a chair, that would be a wake-up call for me to literally be like, Liv, okay, we need to get it together. And that should be a wake-up call that you need to lose weight. It's not, oh, the chair broke and my teacher made me feel so amazing and didn't let it be embarrassing. No, it should be a fucking wake-up call that, you know, we should probably be able to fit in a chair. This is not good for our health whatsoever. Like, America keeps getting fatter, yet we keep spending more money on diets, and literally any diet plan, any diet pill Americans will take besides shutting their fucking mouth. Like, come on, I'm giving you it all free. Let's be serious. Please, let's be serious. As well as, you can't go to a place without, like, pasta, for example. The last few pasta places I've been in, these are nice restaurants, at least 4 servings. Jumbo. There's these huge pasta dishes, okay, at least 4 servings, and people are chowing down the whole plate within seconds. Like, come on, guys, share. Sharing is caring, first of all. Second of all, it's just, yeah, like I'm saying, a rule of thumb in America, anywhere you go out, there's at least 2 portions on that plate. But yeah, now it's gotten like pastas, anywhere I go, it's like 4 servings on the plate. And I'm like, be serious, be serious. Give you like some tips. The first thing is, you're never gonna eat out of a bag. Okay, like I said, those 4 servings of pasta, right? You're never just gonna eat off the plate. You're gonna have a little small plate on the side, and you're gonna put the food from the big plate on the small plate, because listen, it's a mind trick, right? Whenever you put food on a small plate, it looks like your brain thinks you have a lot of food because you eat with your eyes. So if you take this pasta from a big plate and put it on the small plate, right, your brain is gonna look at that small plate and be like, wow, it's filled with food, like that's enough, right? Versus if you take a small portion and put it on another big plate, your body's gonna think it doesn't have enough food. It's gonna be like, wait, that's barely any pasta. So you need to stop eating out of the bag, put it in a small bowl or on a small plate. That was the best thing, is getting small bowls, small plates, small mugs. Eating with chopsticks is another thing. And that's the thing, guys. We don't need to be measuring our portions. That's extreme. I'm not telling you to do that. I've never measured a portion. I've used common sense. And what I mean by that is use your brain. Like, that's all I'm asking. And get small bowls and get small portions. You don't need, I'm not telling you to scoop some and weigh it and scoop this and scoop that and weigh it. No, that's too much work, and it's never gonna work, because you're only gonna eat that way if you measure it. You don't need to be measuring it. You don't need to be crazy. You just use common sense in your brain and say, look, this plate is huge. We're gonna get it and put it in smaller bowls, smaller plates, and use your common sense and your common brain. I'm not telling you to go psycho with it and like measure this, measure that. No, literally get smaller stuff. And also a big hack is eating with chopsticks. Like, hello, that slows you down. You can't put a ton and like shovel it in your mouth. You have to eat it slowly. Stuff like that in a small plate. Again, just swear by that. The next thing you need to do is block food videos. Okay, humans, we are designed to crave what we see. So all the food videos you're watching on TikTok, all those ads like during the Super Bowl or during the holidays, and you see a Taco Bell ad, you see a Chipotle ad, you see a McDonald's ad. Humans, we're designed to crave that stuff, okay? No matter who you think you are, you're the healthiest person. No, that's in your brain, and it designs to you. It like literally shows you, look, you're craving that. No matter what, even if you aren't craving it, it tricks your mind into thinking you are. These advertisements are so good nowadays, as well as what you're consuming. Like, for example, I was walking outside the other day, and during this one cafe, during the summer, it was like, come inside, we have the best cooled off lemonade, and it's this frozen lemonade. During the summer, I was keep thinking about frozen lemonade. Literally, I was walking by it the other day, and it was like, come with warm or cold apple cider, and they like blend it with slushies. And I'm like, wow, subconsciously thinking about that. It's Halloween right now, right? Everyone is posting all this candy. I see these Reese's advertisements, literally, like, I'm addicted to watching YouTube right now. And you're watching, and okay, a Wendy's like Candy Blizzard comes up, or Reese's Pieces, or candy trolleys. And literally the other day I was like, wow, I'm like really craving some candy. No, I'm not craving candy. Literally, I've just been watching those advertisements that's been popping up, or I've been watching TV, I've been watching football, I've been watching, and all these commercials are on. And it's like, no, you aren't craving it, but your body thinks you are, because it's very seasonal, if that makes sense. It's like, oh my god, like everyone right now is like craving sweet treats and candies, because that's all the advertisements going on. During fall, we're craving all this warm food because that's all the advertisements. So you have to be careful on what like you're consuming, because I know for me, trust me, you can go have a slice of warm apple pie, you can go have some ice cream. I'm not saying that. I'm saying your mind can trick you to thinking you're craving something when you really aren't, just because you watched an ad. That's what's so dangerous about eat this Taco Bell with me in under a minute. Everyone is suddenly craving Taco Bell. That's the thing with crumble cookies. You see all these crumble cookie reviews, so everyone thinks they want crumble cookies. Or you see, I don't know what, those Wingstop reviews everyone's obsessed with, so everyone is like, oh, I'm craving Wingstop, right? Your body may not be craving it. You just think you are, because of your brain. And these advertisements, again, are designed to make you crave these things and think about it. No matter how healthy you are, it definitely affects your decisions. And that's why I say block the food accounts, block the food reviews. You don't need to see that. I don't. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to see these advertisements. I don't need to see that. And you'll be amazed. And I'm like, yeah, you don't want that. But if you do, if you really truly are craving it, okay, have it. I'm just saying, it's a good rule of thumb whenever you're trying to get skinny. If we're on this video, we're trying to get skinny. It's literally just, eat what you actually crave, not what social media is telling you to eat and crave. Advertisements do is it makes you obsess over food. And I'm telling you, like, I talk about this stuff because this is my channel and this is what I want, but I never think about food, and I never think about obsessing over food. And it's literally because the second you stop obsessing over food and you block those food accounts, right? Weight came off. My weight just came off because what those commercials are designed to do is like, oh, you want these Wendy's or these crumble cookies, and you're like, no, I actually don't want that. But then it gets you to obsess over food. It gets you to obsess over that cookie, obsess over what's the next week of crumble cookies, obsess what's the crumble cookies week's next lineup, what is, oh my god, I'm obsessing over Wingstop, OMG, I'm obsessing over the new Taco Bell menu. It gets you to obsess over food, and it's not normal to obsess over food. That's the first thing. So that's why I'm saying it's so important. Your brain is not designed to be, you know, looking at all these food advertisements all day long. That's why we're getting fatter than ever. It's just true. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, block those accounts because it's gonna make you crazy. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm on a diet, or I'm trying to lose weight, I don't want to be saying this, and it's gonna make you crazy and it's gonna make you obsessed. So please just X. But if you're consuming this content, you're already doing well because it's telling you right now, no. The other reason why I'm harping on not obsessing over food is obsessing over food leads to binging, and then binging like leads to restriction. So don't binge, okay? And just obsessing over food makes you like subconsciously like think about it, and then you're not gonna want it, and then you're gonna end up binging and overeating, and it's this whole cycle. And again, if you do these things and you still feel like, Liv, what do I do if I can't stop binging? You need help, and you need to go to a doctor for that. Like seriously, if you are having, because like at the end of the day, it's an addiction, it's a food addiction you're having, and if you seriously like can't be in a room left without food, or you can't like be alone without like thinking about McDonald's and ordering a ton and binging a lot, you need help, because that is not normal. It's really not normal. That's like food addiction, and you actually need to see a professional for that. But stop obsessing. I can literally have anything I want in small portions. I can have a size kids, a small ice cream. I know I can have whatever I want in portions. That's why I don't binge ever. Okay, you guys asked me that. No, I don't binge because I can have anything in a small or in a kid's portion. So I don't want to, because I know I can have it if I want it. Also, whenever I eat a small, it automatically prevents you from binging or overeating, because you only can eat that small amount or that kid's amount. You never can overeat it, and it prevents you from binge eating just right there, because it's like, look, you only ordered a small, that's literally all you have. And if you order a big size, you eat with your eyes, so then you'll just keep eating it and keep eating it. Because think about it, on a small plate, it tricks your mind to thinking you're eating a lot of ice cream. Whenever I order kids ice cream or a small ice cream, I think I'm getting enough. Versus if I put a small amount of food on a big plate, it looks like I'm literally eating nothing. Or like, you know, versus, and if you eat a large ice cream, it's so hard to get yourself to stop. That's why, again, you never eat out of bags, because trust me, all of us can sit mindlessly with a bag of Doritos or Cheetos, and we'll look down and it's gone if we're eating out of the bag. That's why I'm like, do not put it in a bowl. This is just borderline science, and this isn't trying to be rude, degrading, anything. Please go look at the people who go to the buffet lines, or go look at the people who are ordering a burrito the size of their head. You know, the all-you-can-eat buffets, okay? I'm telling you, the people who like the supersized portions are supersized themselves. And that's not me being rude, that's just being factual, okay? That's literally the show Supersized versus Super Skinny. Their supersized portions, their portions as big as their head, they were supersized, versus the super skinny, they were eating the kid-sized portions. They were eating super small portions that led them to being super skinny, because they were eating like kid-sized portions. And a lot of the people on Super Skinny didn't even eat super healthy. They would just eat like toddler amounts of food. And that's what I'm saying. You can have anything you want. It's literally just based off the size, and the people who are eating the supersized portions are supersized themselves. I guarantee you, please walk into a buffet, right? A huge buffet. I'm telling you, the people who are ordering and stacking up and getting their value, they think their value is, oh, I can go to this buffet for $10, and their value is how many plates they can get. How many portions, like this huge burrito the size of your head, 4 times, right? The people ordering, not trying to be rude, but look at the buffet, huge burritos, supersized. Their waistlines. Like, I'm really just being honest here. You know, you won't see someone like me, you know, going to a buffet like that line, unless it's like, you know, you're at a hotel and you wake up and all there is a buffet. Yes, right? But we don't see our value on the food, and I'm all like, oh my god, I have to stock up on food. No, So again, look at where you're eating, look at the portions. Literally, Super Sized versus Super Skinny is a great example of that show, because I remember like we all watched those, and it's like the portions was the main difference. Even though they would eat pretty much the same things, it was, you know, the portion sizes were a lot different. Like I remember one girl for breakfast had like 2 tiny things of buttered toast. A lot of people think that's like a fattening breakfast. No, it's just she had a tiny piece versus the other person had 2 huge pieces of toast, 2 eggs, 2 this, 2 that. And that's another thing. You don't need 2 pieces of toast. You can have 1 piece. You can have 1 egg. You can have a fourth of an avocado. You don't need a whole avocado. You don't need 2 eggs. You know what I mean? You can modify it how you want. It's all about portions. I challenge you, go look at the people ordering the footlongs. Go look at the people who are ordering those huge sandwiches, those huge burritos. Guarantee you they're all supersized. And again, that's not being being mean or degrading. That's just me being honest. And yeah, I mean, just look around. You don't see people like me going to a buffet or a huge place and getting a burrito. And again, if you're offended by this, you clicked on the video, and it's literally about how to stay skin in a fat world, okay? You know, let's stop being fat. Let's just stop being fat. And again, fat isn't a bad word. And yeah, so stop being fat as a pig, because, you know, I could keep talking about this for hours and hours. It's definitely something I'm passionate about. But yeah, this video is fat girl cheat codes to obtaining a skinny body. Comment what videos you guys want next. Again, I kind of am like loving this talking situation. Everyone is asking me to make a podcast. That will be coming later. We're working on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I need someone to help me make a podcast. But yeah, so we're using YouTube for now. Just to like talk on here. I don't know. I like comment what you like below, like, comment, let me know if you want, you know, more vlog style. I'll do like a mix of both, but this one was definitely more like podcast format, so you guys could just like listen to me on the treadmill, because I know you bitches were like, Liv, let's make like a podcast format. And I think this is like, I can't give you the podcast now because I don't know how to do that and I don't have the equipment, but I will hopefully make one in the future if these YouTube videos do well. And I love you guys. Bye.